They call me Mighty, and they call me Mystic. And that's the way I like it. Welcome to our second edition episode, I don't know what you want to call it, of CMS. And today we will be talking about Siren Head. He's a pretty popular, I'm pretty sure he's a creepypasta and he is pretty popular, so you guys might know him and you might learn something new about him, and if you don't know him, then you can learn about him in this video. So, Siren Head is a creepypasta drawn and created by Trevor Henderson, who makes a lot of scary animals. Remember his name though, Trevor Henderson. He's gonna come up a lot in our series because he has a lot of creepypastas that he made. But anyways, Siren Head is a tall, bony, skinny creature with 2 sirens on his head. And these sirens can make noises like creepy siren sounds, TV broadcasts, pretty much anything connected to a satellite or power line of some sort that it can make. So it's basically a siren on some guy's head. It can also mimic animal and human noises, mainly to lure its victims to it, because the only way he can mimic animal and human noises, however, is if he captures the sound of one of his victims to use as bait. So basically, he'll have to take one of your family members, record their screams or them talking, and then he can play it out and lure you into the room. So yeah, Siren Head is mainly found in a certain graveyard. I don't know the name of it, but in the story, he mainly lives in a certain graveyard. I'm not sure though where this graveyard is. So basically, Siren Head's sirens are so loud that if he is close to you when he makes noise, it could burst your head off. So that's nice. Who doesn't want to get their head bursted off? Another name for Siren Head is actually Lamp Head, which isn't wrong since he can also have the head of a lamp. So we'll learn. So basically, he can also shapeshift, which I'll talk about later. So he is a hostile cryptid. So, and yes, there will be. The reason why I have to say that is because there is some cryptids will actually be kind creepy things, so they'll look creepy, but they'll actually be kind in the future. Most of them are mean, but we gotta cover some kind ones eventually. So there's gonna be some kind ones. I don't know when, but there will be. So Siren Head looks different to everyone actually. However, he still is tall and bony and skinny, so he has the same proportions. He just looks different to everyone. And the only main difference is how many sirens are on his head. Usually it's depicted as 2, but sometimes he could have like more than 2 because that just happens. Even though Siren Head has teeth in his mouth, he does not eat, by the way. He lures victims mainly to kill, and his main victims are humans, as he is not as much interested in animals. However, he can still mimic your dog or your cat just so that he can lure you. So I think it's quite easy to figure out that Siren Head is a very aggressive creature unless you are a dog. But dogs can't understand this video, so please don't show this to your dog. Siren Head can also take the form of a lamppost in order to camouflage himself. That's what I was talking about, shapeshifting. It also covers the victim's screams with radio noises to prevent someone from coming to the victim's aid. So basically, when he murders a victim, if they're still screaming, you actually can't hear the person's screams because he's covering it with his loud radio noises that he can make with the 2 or however many sirens are on his head. Also, weapons do not work on Siren Head either, they just won't penetrate. You can't shoot bullets at him, it'll be like bouncing off of him, can't stab him with a sword. So he's pretty much can't be defeated. So let's put all that we learned so far, and I feel like I'm in school, and we can add some new stuff about what Siren Head can do. So, mimicry. He can mimic sounds from radios and people and animals. Strength. Siren Head can break trees and many other objects at will due to its massive size. It is humongous, by the way. I'm not sure what the actual heights are for Siren Head, but he's super big, and basically he can destroy anything in his path pretty much. Speed. Siren Head can run at an extremely rapid pace. Since he's super big and tall and skinny, he can run really fast, so something scary to think about. Shapeshifters. Siren Head can mimic objects like sirens and lampposts. He can also turn into pipelines. There was like a mini thing on that where apparently one time to lure he rarely turns into pipelines, but like one time he did in someone's house, and the people in the house were his victims. Disguise. Siren Head can make his body look like the foot of a lamppost and stand still for days, waiting for his
Group chat from Pastries Trade.
Oh my god. Okay, so sorry if you heard that. I just got a stupid notification. But my computer reads notifications to me. But basically, you can make his body look like he can basically, yeah, like I was talking about, the skies, pipelines, and he legit stands there for days until the perfect person comes up. So I actually have two stories again. Yay! They're both, okay, one of them is really long, I kind of forgot. This first one though, this one's short. Number 1, she was on vacation with her husband, and they were scoping out graveyards on the way. As I said, Siren Head comes from a graveyard. As you do, when she saw it, rising out of the old cemetery, big as an old telephone pole. Was this some kind of bizarre art piece that the authorities hadn't gotten wise to yet? Even as she stepped out of the car, the megaphones on its head screeched to life. 918, 1 child, 17, remove vial. A buzzing doubled voice screamed random words at her. At this point, it jerked into motion, striding down the hill towards her. That was it. I guess you can probably guess what happens next. The old woman probably died. As I said, Siren Head's got insane speed. Or this next one's really long. And it's also made from scratch, so I made this story. So this one isn't randomly taken. I made this story. I'm proud. You get the deal. Alright, let's begin. Emily and Robbie, two stupid friends, were doing stupid things again. Jumping off slides, falling off the monkey bars on purpose, seeing who could scream louder. They were very mean too, bullying everyone. One day they came up with their stupidest challenge ever. They were going to sneak out of their house at night, go to the graveyard, and do a ritual. Neither of them believed in demons, so what was their harm to it? They met at the closest graveyard, which was strangely in a forest, where they laid out their picnic table and basket. But instead of it being full of food, it was full of candles, lighters, and red markers. Strangely enough, Emily and Robbie didn't have any trouble with their parents. It was as if they weren't home. But to them, who cares? As they lit out the candles, they both heard a noise, and it sounded like their parents calling out to them. They shushed each other and stayed quiet, but it seemed like the sound was getting closer, so they quickly packed everything up and decided to lie that they got lost since they missed the bus. Their parents never picked them up from off the bus, but as they walked towards their parents' voice, it was suddenly replaced by a tall creature, which reached down to grab them. They both ran, and for once they were actually smart and decided to split up. Sadly, Robbie didn't make it. He ran in the direction of some open area with broken trees. There was nowhere to hide, so Siren Head easily grabbed him. As Siren Head went back to fetch Emily, she was hiding super well under some foliage. She watched while holding her breath as Siren Head was right next to her, but he left as he could not reach. And when he did, Emily immediately bolted for the exit and made it safely home. She would have to pay for her mistakes in future and live to tell the tale. Alright, that was a story made up by me. I think it was pretty good. Unlike the Wendigo, Okay, Wendigos are probably fake too, but who knows? Wendigos, you'll never know. Mwahaha, I'm joking. But Wendigo was a tale, so I'm just gonna assume Wendigos are not real unless it's like Bigfoot, where we'll never know. Siren, shut up. Okay, Siren Head is 100% fake, like all creepypastas, so no need to worry. But it's still nice to believe. So if you want to believe that these creepy things are real, then you can believe that these creepy things are real. I totally respect that. And to be honest, what if you did live in a world with all these creepy creatures in it? Would you survive? Well, maybe if you had all this knowledge, you would survive. Possibly teachers would be teaching kids in school how to escape every monster. Imagine that, imagine that. Anyways, hope you enjoyed today's video. I probably won't have fun facts for a lot of videos. All of my references are from the Villains Fandom Wiki. So I hope you're enjoying the series so far. And bye. We'll be talking about an